Blessed morning, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I know some of you are probably heading home from work after a long night, and some are looking forward to a long day. All of my day shift friend them, you know, I don't go to work until in the afternoon, so I'm in the middle of day shift and overnight, so it kind of sucks, but it works. But yeah, another video, somewhat impromptu again. I didn't plan on doing this one, but you know, it's something that I love to do, so what the heck. So I've been seeing a lot of vlogs and blogs or whatever about the crime situation in Jamaica. You know, some really disturbing stuff. You know, I've never really commented or tried to do a video on any of these stories, you know, and now I've been thinking about it for a while, so you know, let's talk about it. Well, you know, the first thing I want to say is that overall, or in general, crime is everywhere, and it's something that will happen. It's inevitable. You know, that's why we can't stop have police and soldier and whatever. You know, because of certain differences, and these differences are somewhat universal. It is everywhere. It's international. You find poverty everywhere. Some of the same social issues that cause crime in Jamaica, believe it or not, the same social issues cause crime here. You know, it's just some other intricacies might be different in terms of the culture and so on, but it boils down to the same thing. You know, as the Bible said, the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. So you know, that is a big factor when it comes to crime. They do have a relationship. I believe they do have a relationship. I do not believe that it is a given though that once you're poor you will commit crime, but you're predisposed to, you know, to doing that. It's more likely for you to do that than someone who has or is able to take care of their basic necessities. And that's what I define as poor. I not define poor as having a hard time to find the basic needs. I define poor as not being able to find your basic needs, the fundamental things that you need, like shelter, food, clothing, you know. Because, you know, some of the most intellectual and socially disciplined person without these basic necessities, you'd be surprised to see how uncivilized one becomes. So we have to look at those and know that there is a relationship when you define poverty in that way. You know, if your definition for poverty is anything different than that, you know, then it might be somewhat different in terms of the relationship. But let's look into it some more. So I'm not brushing it off to say that crime is happening everywhere, so why are you surprised for it in Jamaica? We're just looking at it as objectively as possible, and you know, we have to realize that people are people anywhere you go. So you have family issues, you have issues with your friends, all of those kind of things. The same problems and the same reasons why people are doing stuff, they're there. It's just that the messages and the stories, the way it is promulgated in the media, both social media and, you know, in papers or whatever, the way how it is put out determines how you interpret what's going on, and we have to be careful with that. You know, case in point, when Mr. Fowl was shot, Roy Fowl, you know, a lot of fingers are being pointed on people who were in the video, you know, and that could have caused those persons' lives, could have cost their lives, you know. So, you know, if you're not careful and if you don't understand that social media or even those so-called credible sources, they might not know the facts, the actual facts, you know. Because as we said, there is always more to the story, and it is not an excuse or a justification, because I realize that a lot of people have ended up justifying these crimes by saying I must something she do, or I must something him do, why the man have to do that and all of that. Killing someone, you can't justify killing someone like that, because you no make nobody, none of us are creators of life, you know. We don't have that authority to determine who lives and who dies and for what reason they should live or die, you know. We don't have that power, so we have to respect each other's life. But if we get back to the main point that I'm trying to say, is that the main reason why it's so alarming when we see the same type of things happening in Jamaica is because Jamaica is like a paradise, and for somewhere that's known to be somewhere of a Jamaica Irie, Jamaica no problem, you know, over the years, you know, even from I was a child, that's how we come up. That's how we know Jamaica to be a peace loving set of people, friendly, you know. So even to the world, that's why it's so shocking, and that's, we can take something from that and know that even the world internationally knows Jamaica to be somewhere that's supposed to be peaceful. We are known to have the most churches per square mile, you know, and we are also known to be one of the most friendly set of people, you know. And because of this, even when the same things happen in other countries, it will be alarming, you know. It's like trouble in paradise, you know. If you heard that, say for example, somewhere like Hawaii or so, that's known like a paradise, or as close to paradise as it can get, had some certain amount of crime, that would be alarming. So it's not to say that we're ignoring the fact that it's happening everywhere, but because Jamaica is known to be a peaceful place, then it will always be, and it's gonna take a while for the world to get used to that, and Jamaicans to get used to something like that, which in a sense is not really a bad thing, because we shouldn't be used to or get used to things like this happening, things like these, you know. Yeah, so we just have to understand that and know that, you know, it doesn't mean that you should turn your back on your country, you know. It also doesn't mean that, yeah, because it's going on everywhere, you should ignore the fact that Jamaica is much smaller and it's easy for things to reach your doorstep. So in terms of visiting the island, you have to consider that. Don't take it for granted. That's not what I'm saying, you know. But I don't think we should turn our backs on our country. I think we should still endeavor to try to make it a better place. You know, I have no issues with the vloggers that are you know, making everybody know what's going on in Jamaica and whatever, but you know, it doesn't mean that you should forget, still promote your country. You know, you are a part of Jamaica as well, and there's nothing we can do about that. We'll always be Jamaicans. So we just have to make sure that the way we live, wherever we go, we show that side of Jamaica, you know. And you know, if we can do anything to help, regardless of the fact, or notwithstanding the fact that people have been cut down that are who were said to be, you know, helping, you know, poor and, you know, really contributing to the nation, but that shouldn't stop you. You know, it's really sad, you know, but we have to continue. It's a fight, it's a struggle, you know, because if you look into it, if you don't do anything to help, or if you haven't been doing anything, you know, it doesn't, you don't have the credibility or, you know, any form of authority to really judge what's going on in Jamaica. You know, you have to look into yourself and say, what have you done? But, you know, it's really bad. I hope that, you know, this is not the future, or it's not gonna get worse. You know, I really hope that somehow these politicians open their eyes and see that, you know, they too can change the dynamics. You know, they can do a lot to change things. You know, but we just wanna give thanks for the hard-working people. You know, the people who decide that they're gonna stick to it, because people are surviving in Jamaica. You know, it's not a situation where everybody out there is dying and suffering. You have people who are doing their thing, they're still productive, and they're not all dying. You know, we're not all murderers and all of that. You have productive people, people who want good, people who are ambitious, people who are helping people. There are a lot of good things happening. It's just that it doesn't take a lot. If you have a white wall and you put 2 dots on it, it's no longer a white wall. Or if you have a black wall and you put 2 white dots on it, it's no longer a black wall. It's a black wall with 2 white dots. You know, so you're gonna see the impurities, but then you have to look at other things surrounding it, not for the purpose of justifying it, you know. So yeah, man, Jamaica still nice, man, still nice. We just need to fix that situation. We need to try to be less selfish, you know, try to be less selfish. And I'm not talking just about people who are in a more fortunate situation. I'm talking about those who are having a hard time. Yes, you also, there's a need for you also to be kind. You can be kind if you're having a hard time, you know. And I think that is even more profound when you I don't know if any of you have ever been in a situation where somebody came to you for assistance and you weren't particularly in a good position, but you still found it to help the person. I don't know if any of you have ever been through that, but you know, you have to, for those who are going through difficulty, we know it's hard, you know, we know it's a struggle every day, but think about it. If you are going to take away something from somebody else and make life harder for him, why do you think your life should be made easier? Why do you think somebody else should make life easy for you then? Think about that, you know. Everybody want good for their children, everybody want to live comfortable, you know, we understand that. But at the same time, if you are going to live comfortable by making someone uncomfortable or even taking someone's life, you're not really living, you're just surviving. And we are more than that, people. We're more than just surviving, you know. Once you discover that about life, you know, surviving is key. Surviving is important, yes, but we are more than that, right? You're not truly living if you're just surviving. right? Anybody can do that. You just need that to continue living. But to actually live a quality life, you need more than surviving. So let's think on that. We can revisit this topic because I've been talking for a long while now. I think this is probably my longest video. So, you know, we can revisit this topic. You know, give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think, you know. Alright? So I'll see you again in the next post. Thanks everyone. Bye.